Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not, and welcome back to Martial Arts Month. We are looking at American Ninja 2. And I forgot about the intro. 2. Michael Dudikoff is back as Joe, and he's not alone. He's brought Jackson back with him. So, yes, this film takes place in the Caribbean, some random island in the Caribbean. Some Marines have been kidnapped, and Joe and Jackson have been sent in. Keep in mind, they're Army Rangers. They're not Marines, Army Rangers. They've been sent in to help get them back. Here's the situation. This was good. I mean, I think this was better than the first one, to be honest. I really enjoyed this. This one. I paid more attention to it, that's for sure. This was good. Although, you know, for a canon film, I felt like there was more thought put into this than, oh, let's just have this guy fighting ninjas again. Although, when this opens, it's very confusing. So, the film opens with these Marines going into a bar. And then all of a sudden they're attacked by these thugs. These gang members. Well, except for one who hides in the corner because he's in on it. And these thugs knock them out and then open the door, and out come these two big ninjas that take these Marines away. And instead of going, hey, why didn't the ninjas? They're ninjas. Or ninja. Apparently ninja is a plural of ninja. They're ninjas. Why didn't the ninjas fight? Why these thugs that look like they're like 40-year-old beer-drinking men waiting for their kids and wife to get home from work? Why are they knocking out these Marines? And the ninjas are just coming after us. Oh yeah, come in. We did it. They're Marines. Marines are getting knocked out by these people who are just like, I don't know. But it's after this, and you see that Taylor, that is the only Marine left, and he is the skinniest looking Marine I'd ever seen. Like, I know that this is canon films, and so I don't care who they hire, but, like, this dude is so skinny, there's no way he'd make it in the Marines. I'm fat, I wouldn't make it in the Marines. I'm just saying. So, because of this action, Joe and Jackson are brought in, and they are introduced to another guy named Charlie, but it's not the same Charlie from the first film. It's a different Charlie. And it's a guy who I think has played a character named Dan in some show or movie, because I keep seeing Dan on his face, but I don't know what he's from. Couldn't tell you. But he is there with some other Marine and Taylor. And I think Taylor's the other Marine, actually. With Taylor. And they're bringing them. They think they're Marines, but they're not. They're Army Rangers. And they're brought in. And they meet this dude, the commanding officer, Wild Bill, who is not dressed like a Marine, but apparently the Marines dress normal so that people won't know they're Marines. But you got this one old curmudgeon dude who goes around in uniform. He's that type of character. Yeah. So, they're told... Charlie and the other guy are told to, get them acquainted with the island. So they decide to go out water skiing, but they don't ever water ski. Instead, Taylor disconnects the engine wires, and nobody can just see them hanging there like that. Oh, something happened, I don't know what it is. Oh, we need to pull over here. I'm like, how can you pull up over there? Hey, just pull up over there. How? The engine is off. They're not working. No, they go on the island and it's an ambush where there's ninjas. But of course they fight them off. And they get back to the base and they say that something was going on. They realize that Taylor might be involved. And that night, Taylor goes to talk to Joe, and he says, hey, I need to talk to you. Come by this bar, the Blind Beggar. Morning. So he gets there, of course, it's a trap. He fights the dad bod people. Takes them out, because they're fat. But they can take on Marines. Joe's a one-man wrecking crew, though. And then follows Taylor upstairs, where Taylor explains that these bad guys, the bad guy known as the Lion, has his wife held captive, and so he has to do everything he says because of it. And then Taylor is killed, and the plot point with the wife is never brought up again. They don't mention it. They don't bring her into it. They never rescue her. Nothing. That's never brought up again. Whoever wrote this was like, okay, we only need him for as long as... Who wrote this said we need a good exposition as to why he's doing this. He's not a villain. He needs a good explanation. So they gave an explanation. They're like, oh, we don't need him after this scene. And they killed him off. And no one thought, hey, wait a minute. You said his wife was kidnapped. Why didn't we go back to that? No one thought of that? Or maybe someone did, and someone else went, who cares? It's canon. It's canon films. They're not going to care. They're here for the schlock, which there is a lot. There's a lot of goofy fighting scenes. Like, at one point, Jackson is fighting in his drawers, man. Apparently, he's just in his underwear fighting ninjas. It's I don't know. It's yeah. So after what happened, Joe is blamed for Taylor's murder. This is where we start to see that there's some influence here connected. We find out that at this dinner ball, Marine officers ball, whatever it's called, that Burke, this guy named Burke, is the Lion. Everyone knows that, but they can't touch him there, apparently. Because if they could, we would be over. So, yeah. This woman, who we find out her name is Alicia, comes in. Is it Alicia? Or was that the one in the first one? No, that's Patricia. Alicia is her name. She comes in, she smacks this guy in the face, and gets taken out. And so Joe and Jackson go after her. And they go right back to the goddamn bar from earlier. Did they only have a few sets to use? I'm wondering. Yeah, and they end up rescuing her. Right? Save the day. But of course, like I said, Joe is blamed for the murders because there's some influence here. But they say they can't find him. He just disappeared. I don't know, he's in the car at the time. The next day, though, thanks to the help of a local kid who saw everything go down with Taylor early at the beginning, but never once says anything. Like, he sees it go down. And he's not why they figure out Taylor is involved. It's after the whole incident with undoing the wires that Joe suspects Taylor. The kid never says, hey, he was there and watched those Marines get kidnapped and didn't do anything. Not once. This kid just... Because if they had the kid do that, then a few scenes would need to be taken out and the movie would be shorter, so... I don't know. Again, canon films, they don't care about. They just want to put out schlock. They don't care. They want to make money. That's all they care about, is making money. That's it. So he, with the help of this kid, he tracks down Alicia to where she lives, which just looks like the same building that the bar was in. And then some ninjas come after them. And she explains that her father was working on a cure for cancer and was employed by the Lion and ended up creating these super powerful ninjas. Which, again, if they're super powerfully augmented ninjas, why did they not fight the Marines instead of the Off-Work Dads Association? Come on. Guys that look like me should not be able to take down Marines. That is an issue. A couple of these guys look like me. One of them has a mustache. He looks like me with a mustache and hair on the head. Because the 80s was like a mullet, you know. People that look like that should not be able to take down Marines, but they do. And then the ninja. I'm still going back to this damn movie. I'm just saying. It's ridiculous. Again, no. For a canon film, you got to take your brain out for these. So eventually, Joe decides, she and Joe, by the way, dress as ninjas and infiltrate the Lion's secret headquarters on this island. Island where they were brought to for the ambush, by the way, is where the secret thing is located, because we only had a few locations to shoot stuff in. This is where we find out that the governor of the Caribbean, I don't know, the governor and the other guy in charge, Singh, are in on it. Because of course they are. Government officials are in on it. And, so yeah, they're in on it. They're behind this whole thing. Eventually, they sneak in. They find her dad. And then you have ninjas fighting. And then Jackson and the others come in to help. By the way, before they come in, though, he rescues the other Marines, which is only 4 other Marines. They make believe like there's more than that, but like there is only 4. Because there was 2 that were taken and 2 before, I think. So, yeah. I guess they're outnumbered. 4-2, the dad bod guys could win. Again, you got 2 superpower ninjas here. But so here, getting towards the climax of the film, Joe and the 4 other Marines take on the superpowered ninjas. Now they had the Marines fight the ninjas. And guess what? They get their asses kicked. They couldn't take on the Dad Bod Association. So, or was it the Stay-at-Home Dad Association, whatever I said. They couldn't take them on. So 2 of them get killed and 2 survived. Hey, great rescue, Joe. Then the others come in. Jackson and Wild Bill and the rest of the cavalry come in to save the day. Jackson gets a cool fight scenes too. Very nice as well. He does. There's at least one point in this film where someone has a gun and then is using it as a weapon, not to fire, but going tsh, tsh, tsh. I'm like, you have a gun. Shoot it. What? Because it would seem to be over and they couldn't, you know. At one point, Jackson does just mow down a bunch of motherfuckers. So, yeah, it takes them out. And, yeah, he saves them. And then in one of the scenes, Joe couldn't be bothered to be there, so his stunt double is gone. Stunt double is there instead. I don't know if it's towards the end or if it's earlier in the film, but there's one scene where it happens where I went, that's not Michael Dudikoff. I don't remember where it was, but the movie at least ends normally with them saying goodbye, at least. You know, being what was that? Being debriefed. And they say, you could join the Marines, and I got plans. Jackson's like, me too, and then they leave. Yeah. It's implied that Joe and Alicia will be a thing, but, by the way, Alicia's dad sacrifices himself to kill himself and the lion when he blows up the experiments, so no more superpowered ninjas for them. And I gotta complain, okay? In both of these movies now, Joe is in complete ninja garb when fighting during the climaxes. I understand it's called American Ninja. I understand that it's probably not Dudikoff doing the moves. It is probably a stunt double. But I just watched the goddamn kickboxer movies. Movies where the lead actors do their own goddamn stunts. And it is jarring to see his face completely covered, knowing that's not actually him in there because his face is actually covered. And it's because his stunt double looks nothing like him, as I pointed out earlier, there's a scene where you see a stunt double in plain view. That's not Michael Dudikoff, so I don't know. Again, canon. They're going to use stunt doubles. But Jackson gets to go around without a mask on, so why can't Joe, right? I don't know, it's a little jarring. But anyway, yeah, I'm actually going to say this was pretty good. I enjoyed this one a lot more than the first one. I liked it. It might be the best one so far. So now we're going to switch gears because this third one has nothing to do with Joe Armstrong. But from what I saw, Jackson comes back. I'm always ready for more Jackson. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on American Ninja 2? Let me know in the comments below. By the way, this is subtitled
It is time.
The Confrontation. American Ninja 2, The Confrontation. But again, much like with Kickboxer, I'm not going to put the subtitles in there. But yeah, it's called American Ninja 2, The Confrontation. 1987. That's the year I was born. But anyway, what are your thoughts on American Ninja 2? Remember, comment, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.